What's up everybody, my name is Jonathan Cuevas, aka John the Mammal. Thank you so much for clicking on my channel. Today's video is going to be all about how you can start making music fast. And so I'm going to be answering questions like what you're going to need, how much it's going to cost, and is it necessary? So without further ado, let's get into today's video. And so the first thing that you're going to need, and this is actually optional, is a computer or a laptop. And the reason why I say it's optional is because we have apps on our phones where we can make music already. Reason and GarageBand, just to name two. You can get both of those on your phone for free actually. And so personally, I make my music on an iMac and a MacBook. And so the question you got to ask yourself, if you don't already have a computer or a computer suitable for music software, do I go with PC? Do I go with Mac? So typically Macs are more user friendly. However, they're not nearly as customizable as PC. With PC, you are gonna save some more money, but really it just comes down to personal preference and what you're most comfortable on. And so the next thing you're gonna need is a DAW, or digital audio workstation. Basically, it's just the software that you're gonna be making the music on. And so the program that I personally use, and I've used for years, and I can back them, is Reason. I've loved them. I love the way it looks, the way it feels. I love the different plugins and rack extensions inside of Reason. And so the other one I use is Ableton, and Ableton's a very powerful program. In music production schools, most of the time they're using Ableton. So I do personally like some of the features in Ableton a little bit better, as far as like transposing and pitch bending. So what's really awesome is that Ableton and Reason both have basic packages that you can get, where you can kind of test the water before you get the whole version of the program. For both of these programs, it's going to be just a little bit under $100 for what I've seen online. I want to say I saw Reason for like $70 on sale, and Ableton was like $79. And on both of these basic packages of these programs, you're gonna have 16 audio or MIDI tracks. Basically, you're gonna be able to put your percussion on one track, your loops and your pianos or melody on a different track, and you're gonna be able to have about 16 of these. So both Reason and Ableton have bigger suite packages where you can get the whole version of the program and you can get access to all the capabilities, but it's gonna cost a little bit more. And there's several programs out there like FL Studio, Logic, GarageBand. I don't personally use those, but they're great. They work just as good. You can find a ton of tutorials online on how to use them. So the next thing you're gonna need is either headphones or studio monitors. Personally, I work off of JBL studio monitors, and I love working on monitors, but for months I was working on headphones. Headphones are definitely gonna be the most affordable route. You're gonna be able to get started easy and quickly, but something like JBL speakers or KRKs, you're gonna be able to get a mix when you make your beat that translates better across different systems. So it's gonna sound better in your car, or it's gonna sound better over, iPhone speakers. And that's because with headphones, you don't typically get a true sound as much, unless you get something like open back headphones. And so the next thing that you're gonna need, and this is also optional, is a MIDI controller. Something like this, Akai MPK Mini. And I love this thing because it's got pads on it, so I can program my drums rather than just drawing in all my little patterns. And I get to actually play a melody. It's got knobs on here where you can control different parameters within your DAW. So this thing costed me about $119. I love it. I highly recommend you get something like this, just because it's a better experience making your music. And so one thing to think about when you get a controller is, what are you going to be using it for? Do you need the pads on it? Do you need keys? Are they going to be weighted keys, more realistic to like what a piano actually feels like? Like I said, this is another one of those items that is optional. And so another thing that you're gonna need, and this is actually another optional one, is an audio interface, something like a Scarlett 2i2, which is the one that I've been using for years, and it's great. It does have some pros and cons. It's extremely affordable. You can get this guy from like $100 to $150 depending on which version of it you buy. It does have some lag issues if you have too many channels within your DAW, but a huge pro in my opinion, and this is why I highly recommend this interface, is because it comes with Ableton Lite. And Ableton Lite you're able to use only 8 tracks in this program, but it's great for someone who's just starting out and they want to learn. And so if you do purchase something like a Scarlett 2i2 or a different audio interface of your choosing, it's going to basically be the middleman. It'll go from your instrument or your mic, like I have set up here, into some kind of cable, whether it be XLR or an instrument cable. It's gonna connect into the USB port in your laptop or your computer. And so you would also use it like if you wanted to record guitar, that's how you would hook that up to your computer. And so the last thing you're gonna need, and this is another optional, is a mic. So something like I have here, this is a Bluebird. This costed me 300 bucks. This is one of the only mics I've ever used. It's a pretty versatile mic. It's great for capturing high end, so you won't get too many muddy frequencies in there. It won't sound real muffled. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't sound like this or anything. It's pretty great for capturing vocals and acoustic guitar. And the last little accessory you can see I've got attached here is this little pop filter. It just kind of blocks the P's and the T's from you know, getting into the mic. And I didn't get this one with the Bluebird, although the Bluebird came with its own pop filter. Thank you so much for watching my video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. I'm going to be talking plenty about how we can get started to make music in the year 2021. It's going to be a fun one, guys.